Whew. Oh, this water is really clear. You can see my water shoes. There's something that keeps splashing right out here. Watch. Right there. Let's see what that is. Whew. Oh man, that's a big rock. Look at that. Wow, there's any fish around it. I've been looking for the fish. I can't find them. I have a kayak, but I lent it to one of the security guards named Jacob, and he brought it back with a tube missing, so I can't pump my kayak up. Otherwise, I would be way out there with my fishing pole. So I'm gonna run into Kalispell, which is that way, about 30 miles maybe, and they have a Walmart, and see if I could buy one of those little hoses. Because I do want to catch some fish. I'm gonna get a camp. Hopefully, I want to get a campsite by Missoula or outside of Missoula somewhere, and then cook some fish. Yeah, this is really pretty. Look at this. I think they have boat tours going out of here. Supposedly, this is like the biggest lake west of the Mississippi. And it is a pretty big lake. Because when I had first driven here, I was like way down there. There's a place called Polson, and there's a rest area right up on top of that hill. Because the sun sets so late here, like the sun, you'll still see it setting like about 11 p.m. So I thought, I mean, I wasn't paying attention at the time. I was paying attention to the sun. So next thing you know, I look at the clock and it's like 2 a.m. and I'm like, oh crap, I need to get some sleep, because the next day was my orientation. My orientation was about maybe 40 miles that way, a place called Columbia Falls. Yeah, way up there by those mountains. You see those mountains way up there? The Columbia Falls is just like right there. And then that's right behind those mountains is where Glacier National Park starts, West Glacier. So I pulled over at that rest area right above Polson, and there was a big white truck, and I noticed it because it had a real big red jack like attached to the front, and he parked, taking up like 4 parking spots, and I parked right in front of him because there was one more parking spot right there, and I went to sleep. So I slept in the truck, and here the next morning, or I get up the next morning, and about maybe 5, because the sun comes up here about 4:15, and I start driving this way, and I see this pull-in right here where I can pay for a day use at Flathead Lake. So I went in, paid my $8, and got my fishing pole out, and probably walked. No, I couldn't walk out this far then, because I mean back then the water was so cold. There was still snow on all these mountains. Now it's kind of like really warm, but the water's still cold. And fished for about maybe an hour, and then because on the map it looked like I was really close to Columbia Falls, but really still about another maybe 30 minutes from here. And I was like trying to drive as fast as I could to get up there so I didn't miss my orientation. And anyway, I see that truck pull into Columbia Falls, and we met at this place called the Cedar Creek Lodge, and I see that truck there that parked next to me because I seen that big red jack in front. And when I get inside, there's a guy named Jacob, and he's from Texas. And me and him were talking because I spent a lot of time in Texas during COVID. And yeah, I asked him, I said, hey, where did you stay last night? He goes, oh, I slept in my truck at a restaurant. I said, I knew that was you. And so here, that was him that slept, that took up the 4 parking spots. He had a really big, like F-250 with huge tires on it. So I could imagine what he paid for gas to get up here. Because I spent a lot on gas just coming from Gallup, New Mexico. Anywho, I'm just rambling on now, but this lake is so beautiful. Let's see. I don't ever really get out much in the sun, so people are laughing at me because my legs are really white. Now, let me see, that's my leg, and then here we'll do my arm. They're not even close in color. So anyway, just wanted to show you Flathead Lake.